Welcome everyone to our first meeting of 2019, which is so crazy to say. Like, it's already 1 week through. Like, it's day 7 of 2019. That's insane. But I just wanted to just kick off the new year, and I'm really glad that we all could find a time that's going to work better for people, just because things are always changing, and we have some new East Coasters and some Central Time people. So it's crazy. We're all over the map now, which is so amazing because it started as me and one girl from Monmouth, and now it's, now it's just growing so much. But I'm going to share my screen because I made a presentation. So hopefully, I'm just such a visual person and I have such a squirrel brain that it keeps me on track. So let's do this. So this is just my favorite thing I always love to start with. If you think you can or you can't, you're right. And your mindset is everything. And even if it's I just want to help 3 people each year so I can earn a free trip every year, if you think you can do that, then you obviously are going to do it every single time. And that's when I first started. I was like, there's no way I could earn this trip. And then it kind of just started to happen in the ripple effect. But that's that first goal is we have people on our team that their only goal is to get the free trips and they don't care about the business side. And so it's a super hobby for them and they just get to go on these free Beachbody trips every year. So if you think you can do that, or you think you're oh, no way, that could be me, you're so right. So master your mindset and you can do whatever you think you possibly can. So some housekeeping things and some things I want to shout out that have been going on and starting in the new year. So Super Weekend. Super Weekend is this coming weekend. So there's a way you go to beachbody.com, you type in Super Weekend and you can look up your location and you can find an event that's near you in your town or wherever it is. I'm going to the one in Portland this weekend. It's on Saturday, but the one Megan's going to in Dallas is on Sunday. So it's just kind of that's why they call it Super Weekend instead of Super Saturday, because they're Friday, Saturday, Sunday now. So speakers can go to multiple events. But there's always a top Beachbody coach that speaks there. My event has Joel, the trainer, that's going to be there. So I get to meet Joel and I'm going to give him the biggest hug in the world. But there's just always a master trainer or Carl Deichler, just so many cool people that you get to learn from. And going to a live event, and these events are only $20. My Portland one's $20. So it's super cheap, but it's a way to go out and see that there's so much more to Beachbody than just our little team or just the workouts. You get to go meet new people. You get to find people out there that are like you, and no matter where you're at in your journey, you'll find someone that's so similar to you, and it's such an amazing event. So I went to my first Super Saturday last January in Portland. It was 300 people. I went by myself. It was absolutely terrifying, and I was I'll just go, whatever. If you guys can mute yourself. Sorry. But I was absolutely terrified, and literally it changed my business. From that January, I have hit Success Club by helping 3 people or more each month, every single month since. And that's 12 months now that I've been able to do that because I went to that event and learned what the opportunities were. And I just remember sitting there seeing the cruise ship and them talking about it. And I'm what? That's insane. And that's the ship I'm going to be able to go on in March. Mind blown. So try and get to those events. It's so, so important. And they are $20. So find one out and let me know. I can always help you. And then Transform 20 launch starts next Monday. So today I sent out 75 follow-up messages and 30 new invites to this bootcamp. So your focus all week should be getting people into your Transform 20 bootcamp, sending them the free workout, getting them, talking to them about what it's about. I'll talk about that a little bit more in this call, but that is your focus for this week. And then maybe next week you focus on growing your team with coaches, but this week it should all be about Transform 20 because that boot camp is kicking off. This is a new rule I kind of just want to implement because when I started, I did not have a coach at all to ask any questions to. And I love that you guys come to me for everything. And I'm so always helpful. I'm going to help you no matter what, but ask 3 before me because we have FAQs, we have Google, we have YouTube, but we have so many resources that I had to reach out and try and find. And I think that's why I was able to grow my knowledge on this business so quickly is that I always was researching other things instead of just going to my coach Morgan and be hey, what's the answer to this? Because then I wasn't really reaching out and finding out other things that maybe wasn't the right answer to my question, but I learned something else new. So try and implement that. It's going to help broaden your perspective and like your learning experience. And then these team calls or meetings that should be like scheduled in your planner. Like Monday at 6 p.m., we're having a team call. It might be me training. I'm going to have people coming in and training. I have new Success Club partners that are right in the same part of their business as me, and they're going to come in and do a training. So you'll be learning from other people, but try and make these a priority in your business. And then if there's other meetings during the week, those can be optional. But this team meeting is a time for us to like really get on the same page about what's going on for the week. And then everything else is whatever you can fit in. But really try and be on these Monday at 6 p.m. calls. And then Success Partners. So I think Success Partners is one of the most amazing things that has happened to me. It's been like a week now that I've had these girls that I've been really like plugging in with. We had a meeting last night. But Success Partners are someone that you can go to and be like, hey, like I need someone to help me write up an invite, or like I'm struggling in this. Can you help me? Or maybe you guys run a dual challenge group, or maybe you run a sneak peek together. And so that's an awesome way to like take off the workload of just putting everything on you, and you have this person that can help you. So I posted a call to action in our group page that'll pop up later after this call. So you guys can introduce yourselves, and then you guys can message each other and find a success partner that'll work well for you. And if you're like having a hard time finding someone, I can help you set someone up because some of us are very shy, but I'll help you find someone that's going to work really well for you. Because when you have the same goals, no matter if it's a huge goal that you're going for or a smaller goal, there's someone that's going to be able to meet you there, and we can help you get going with that. And then the tracker sheet. So that comes a little bit later in the call too, but this tracker sheet that I post every Wednesday for you guys to drop them below is like not just like, oh, maybe you should try this. Like Carl Deichler, our CEO today, did an entire training call on the tracker sheet and why you should print out 52 of them and do them every single week of the year, because they're created by top coaches. And so it's not like, oh, here's a sheet, like maybe if you need help, fill it out. Like this is like them telling you like this is what you need to do to be successful, no matter what your goals are, even if it's to help 3 people and earn a free cruise, or it's to become the top people in the company. This tracker sheet is made for every single level that you're at. So, and then I had a few things I just wanted to shout out. So I am so, so proud of Phoebe, which is one of our coaches on the team. And literally, I think like 2.5 weeks ago, she told me she was like going to quit. And I was like, girlfriend, do not quit on me. Like you have just finished school. Like you are just getting into this. Do not quit because you're so close to success. Like you've been in it for 3 months now. Like you're really getting a following. Do not quit. Send out more invites. So I swear to God, it was like 2 days later, and she's like, oh, I have 2 coach prospects. I'm like, you know what 2 coaches means? You're going Emerald. Like, that's the first rank in the business. And she's so funny because, like, she's like, oh, cool, like, whatever. And in December, our CEO made out a promotion that was if you hit your first Success Club point as a new coach in that month, you are, like, up for, he chose whoever, like, I guess he chose 100 people, but he wrote you a handwritten letter and a $100 bill. And Phoebe was one of the winners that today got her letter, and I was like ecstatic. Like I literally started like crying in class, and someone looked at me like, like, what are you doing? But she thought that every coach got that their first month they hit Success Club. I'm like, no, girlfriend, like not everyone gets that. That was a huge deal, and only 100 people out of this entire company. Like I've never had anyone ever hit that. I've never hit that. I have never met anyone that has. So like that is ginormous. Should light your fire to keep going. And then I wanted to shout out Megan for starting grad school today. That's a huge deal, and you're always plugging in no matter what. You did your workout today as you started grad school. It's amazing. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so 9 for the East Coasters. If you can jump on, I'm going to do a power half hour. So it'll just be a 30-minute work sesh. And I can lead you guys through what I do on a daily basis. I know it's not always the most convenient time, but that's the time I'm going to be popping on. If you pop on at a different time, feel free to drop the Zoom link, because everyone can create their own Zoom links. Drop it in our team page so maybe someone else is working at that time and you guys can work together. You don't have to talk the whole time. You can just plug in, but have something there makes you not want to scroll your Instagram. It makes you want to actually do your work for an hour, 30 minutes, whatever it is. And then at 6:30 a.m., I'm going to put up a live link for all my challengers and all of you coaches to jump on and do workouts if that's a good time for you. Like the power hours, if there's a different time, post that link. Maybe someone will come work out with you. It's like the most amazing thing in the world when you see another person on your screen working out with you. And then, so I think it's 5 tips. I think I did 5 slides of things that I really think is amazing and that we should be focusing on in the 2019 and the new year. So do you have your vision? And your vision can be literally anything. It can be an income vision. It can be where you want to end 2019 with rank or by a certain time. Or if there's something like big you want to purchase or like you're preparing for a wedding or whatever it is that you're going through, do you have a vision of how you're going to be able to create that? So like these are all great. Like you're like, I want to be able to make 6 figures is my goal by the end of the year. That's great. But if you don't have a set plan and you're not making the actions to do that every day, it's just like a dream that you throw up in the air like, please God, help me make 6 figures. Like that's not going to help you very much if you don't have that action plan. So how to make a game plan, action plan. So what is your goal? Say your goal is to hit Success Club, which is helping 3 people every single month. And so each person's worth 2 points, which means you have to help 3 to hit Success Club 6, which is where you want to hit. Your focus should be on inviting people right now to transform 20. So you can easily hit Success Club 6 by the end of this week, 100%, hands down. Get yourself a head start in the beginning of the month. So by the end of the month, you're focusing on introducing people to your February boot camp, and then you can hit Success Club right then in the beginning of February. So I always hit Success Club 10 by the 10th of the month, no matter how hard I have to hustle, because then I can stroll through the rest of the month helping my challengers, getting my coaches on track, and then I can help more people, and that's just an added bonus. But helping those 5 people in the beginning of the month get started on my boot camp is my goal. And so this game plan is the action that I need to take. So if I'm helping more people, it's going to trickle down to whatever maybe I have an income goal or whatever it is. So what is the number, guys, put in your chat right now, what number do you usually like try and hit for with invites? So I'll take a minute, go in the chat, put how many invites you're trying to go for every single day. And maybe it's 5 invites. Maybe it's 5 personal people you want to invite. Maybe it's 10. Whatever it is, put it in the chat. I want to see it. But it doesn't have to be a huge number. But as long as you can help or like you can invite 10 people every single day, that should be your goal. So right now, in that Success Club pod that I'm working with Success Club partners, they challenged us to all do 60 invites every single day this week. And like, we were all like, oh my God, do I even have 60 people to invite? And like, honestly, I've invited so many times that I'm like, a lot of them are repeats, but they challenged me to do it. So I'm going to do 60 every single day this week because I want to hit higher Success Club numbers. Some of these top coaches are hitting Success Club 100. That's helping 50 people. That's insane. But when you think about it, there's so many people out here in the world that are suffering from obesity, that are struggling in college with their bodies, high school, whatever it is. So there are those people that need the help. And if we just have to go out and invite them to this party, go out and send them a personal invite and maybe pick up the phone if it's a family member or a cousin or whatever it is. But it's your duty to give the gift that we have received to other people and share it with them. So whatever your invite number is, try and double it this week just because the new launch is happening. And then maybe next week you go back down to 10. But I challenge you to go invite 20 people this week every single day. Every single day. And I know that might sound crazy if you've never done it, but you'll never know unless you try it. And like 60 sounded insane. I was at 30 halfway through the day. I'm like, oh my God, 30 more? But I said I was going to do it before our team call tonight, and I was able to get it done. And now that I know I've done it once, I can do it tomorrow. So that's the goal set and mindset you want to have. Number 3. So maybe your goal is to hit the first rank in the business, and I want to be an Emerald coach. Emerald is such a decision because it doesn't matter about the people below you as much as Diamond would. So it's a decision, and it's only you plus 2 people. So you and 2 people that want to get fit on the journey. Maybe they just want the discount. Maybe they are just being a supportive friend, or maybe they want to work the business, which is what you end up wanting. So when you make this decision, you're doing it to pay for your Shaco. You're doing it to once you help 3 people, you're paying back the initial investment you did to start with your pack because you're making commission. So just get after that mindset of like, as soon as I help 2 people, like, or 3 people, I'm totally profiting off of whatever else I can do. And this is like why I signed my mom and Nick up as one of my first 2 people, because it's like actually helps you and your business create more money. So now every week, like, I don't really share my income with like Nick's account to a lot of people. Like, I'll share it to you guys because you're my coaches, but I don't share it publicly because it sounds weird because I'm running Nick's account. So what I do is I hit Success Club 10 in my account, and then I help 3 people to hit Success Club 6 in Nick's account every month. So the volume that comes in Nick's account from those people go onto my week leg. And so that way I can cycle more. And so now Nick's account each month is making, or each week is making $200, and my account's making $500. That's $700 a week that I'm getting because I signed up Nick really early on in my business, so that when I sign up other coaches, they'll go under Nick, and then they all start filtering up. So it's super important that you sign up a spouse as a coach, or a parent, or a significant other, or someone that you can, is like a controlled business center, so you can rock the crap out of that if you need more income or whatever it is. And like, yeah, Beachbody, like, compliance will be like, okay, are they working the business? So they have to have a different email address. But this way, like, even if you sign them up, you're still making commission. Like, if it's your spouse, you're still making commission off that. So it's honestly, you're getting $50 from it. So you're basically only spending $100, but you're getting more Shaco, you're getting other things, and you don't have to order in that account always. But to get to Emerald, it's so important because you get those free leads. So it just opens up so many opportunities when you sign up as like a controlled business center. And then another thing with becoming Emerald is that you have to send coaching invites sometimes. And like, that is one of the most uncomfortable things always, is sending coaching invites, because it's not just like, oh, want to get fit. It's like, oh, do you want a side hustle? And like, do you want something else and a discount or whatever it is? So try and, when you're doing your 20 invites, try and fit in 5 coaching invites where you look at someone, you're like, I could share a queen bed with you at convention, and you're someone that's so like me and you're my tribe, and I would not mind spending a trip in the Bahamas with you, kind of thing. So try and find those tribe. Find 5 people that, like, sometimes my invites look like, hey girl, I know this is super uncomfortable because it makes me feel awkward, but you're just so similar to I am, and we have so many similarities when I've been following your page. Like, have you ever thought about doing a side hustle or becoming a coach on my team or something like that? So like, even if you're like uncomfortable about it, like, most of the time people will respond to you and be like, oh my God, don't feel uncomfortable, yada, yada, yada. So that's kind of a good way to approach it. But sometimes I'm very blatant. I'm like, girl, you've been watching me forever, and you need to, like, when are you signing up on my team? Because really it is like, you watch me all the time, like, what is holding you back? And then they'll sometimes tell me, or whatever it is. So you guys should go out tonight and make your list of 10 people that you want to work out with and that you know they want the discount. And then set a date. So Emerald is a decision. I say, if you're on this call right now and you're not Emerald, you should say by January 31st, I'm going to be Emerald, because it's a decision to find 2 people that want a discount and want to get fit. Because if you don't have a goal date, or like a date you're like, I'm going to do this by, then it's kind of like, oh, well, you know, maybe it'll happen when it happens. And that's what happened to me. Like, I signed as a coach in October, and I didn't hit Emerald until April of 2018. So what was I doing? Like, I was missing out on so much income because I wasn't an Emerald coach. So if I would have just decided to sign up Nick and my mom early on, it would have been a game changer. But I waited. And so I just tell you guys, do not wait, because you're like losing income if you do that. Number 4, I want to be a diamond coach, because who doesn't want to be a sparkly diamond? So diamonds are basically, we always say the metaphor, like emerald sticking the key in the ignition and diamonds twisting it. And then once you get to 2-star diamond, which means you have 2 diamond coaches under you, you're full blown doubling yourself, making plenty of money to keep going. So diamond is super important because you're really just kickstarting your business into like growing your own teams. Like, this is the first step where your mindset's like, these people are following me because I have a team of 8+ people that want to get fit and want to make a side income. So to be a diamond coach, you have 4 people on each side of your dual pyramid, or of your body. So you have 8 coaches that are active, which means they have 50 PV or more. And then on each side, you have one Emerald coach that has signed 2 people. So basically, you have 6 coaches that are just active coaches, and then you have 2 Emeralds on your team. And challengers, like, I don't know, it's crazy because, like, sometimes I'm so based on, like, I'm going to invite all my challengers. But you do want the girls that want discount because those are easy people to keep in your business and they're active and whatever. But you also want to look for those people that are your business builders, because if you want to go far in this business, you have to have girls that have drive, like you guys that are on this call, because you guys want to make an income and you want to help lives and you want to change where you're at right now, and you don't want to be in the same spot come 2020, which is so weird to say 2020. But that's why you want business builders as well, because those business builders are going to be doing what you're doing, and you want to double what you're doing now because they'll just do a little bit of what you're doing. But if you're doing more, they're going to follow your action. So you want business builders, and that way we can start setting up Emerald calls weekly, and you want those girls to be on those Emerald calls, because if you assign, this is like actually math of Beachbody, but if one of your coaches goes Emerald every single week, you will hit six figures no matter what. But you also have to have that many coaches to go Emerald. But that's just number-wise. Like, if you had a coach go Emerald every single week, you'll be hitting 6 figures by the end of the year. So that's the incentive to start building that team. And yeah, sometimes it's really hard to find business builders or people, but that's why if you have that controlled center and you're super on fire signing up girls, I signed up people under Nick to make Nick Diamond for me to go 1-star. So like I was able to use his controlled center to rank advance myself. So that's another reason to have that controlled business center. Or if you were really stuck on trying to go diamond and you can't get that last Emerald on one leg, but that's the leg of your controlled business center, you can sign 2 girls up there and there you go, you're popping diamond. So you have to have that plan as well as we had in Emerald. But this plan I just posted on our team page the other day, and it's you and your 8 people and then your 2 Emeralds, and it's so fun to map it out because things change. Like, even if you map it out and it doesn't even end up looking like that, it's a way to just like keep scratching, keep going, just keep building up that drawing board, because one day you're going to look and be like, holy moly, I just created this dynasty behind me, but I was just throwing 1 pebble in it every single day, and now I have this tower because you're just basically chipping away, helping another person. And so you set that date that you want to go diamond, and when you walk across that stage at Summit, because you're a diamond coach or you're a 1-star diamond coach, 2-star, whatever it is, you get to walk across the stage in front of 20,000 people because you were able to create a team of your own. And I'm so excited to go to my first summit, in Indy in July. But so this is what I was talking about with, so if you guys seen those things on Wednesday, it says BAT tracker. So it's business activity tracker. I've had so many questions, but the business activity tracker, I'll post it again. I sent it in your welcome email, but it's the easiest way for me to help you when you schedule a one-on-one to see where you're at and what are your strong points and what you need help with. And that way I can help you so much easier, because I'm like, oh, okay, she needs help on recognition. Or like, oh, invites seem difficult. Let me give her some examples of good invites. And that way I can help you. But if you're never doing that tracker and you never post it on Wednesdays when I ask for it in that group, first of all, you're not going to win free coffee, because I'm going to choose someone each week that posts their business activity tracker, even if it's not completely filled out, wherever you're at, post it in there so I can see where you're at, and someone's going to win free coffee every Wednesday. So maybe it's the same person if one person keeps doing it, but everyone should show up. Everyone should try, because why not let me help you more when I see where you're at? And this tracker was created by Beachbody's top coaches, the CEO, all the people in the business, of what they do on a daily basis, and then how much time they kind of estimately spend. So it's based on an hour of time, because we call them power hours. So you can build this business on an hour at a time if you're diligent and you're just sticking to the tracker and getting things done. So why not use it? Because if we want to be top coaches and we want to be making some income, and maybe we don't want to be a top coach, but we want to help those 3 people that earn that cruise, this tracker is going to help you get there. And all I did was I've used so many different trackers, because every group you get in, they use a different one. But I laminated my one from Beachbody, and I just use a dry erase marker, and I just wipe it off at the end of the week, do another one. because that way I can see where I'm growing and I can see what I need to lack on and what I need to push farther on, whatever it is. I have that and I can use it for myself. And that way, when you guys do it, I can tell you what worked for me in a spot that like I was struggling at. So it's there to help you guys. So I hope you start posting those on Wednesdays because they're just always empty. And I'm like, but hopefully that cleared things up. Okay, so this is just the last thing I think. Yeah. Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to touch on. But this is the storefront of your entire business that you're running is your Instagram. And maybe it is Facebook for some people, but Instagram is the hot commodity right now. So it's your storefront. When people show up and look at your Instagram, they're either going to follow you or they're not based on what you have posted. So one thing that is super important is having an application in your bio. And I have like a 10-minute super easy video on how to do this, but it's so important because it's definitely doesn't just say like Beachbody. It has a link in my bio to do what I do, and then they fill out some questions, and then you can go back and see what they're looking for and their goals, and then you can find something that's going to best suit them, which is usually our challenge pack. But that way, like, you can see if they're interested in coaching or if they're interested in getting a discount or if they just want to be a challenger and get good results. So having that application in your bio is so important because some people are not going to want to just like drop an emoji on your post or like send you a message, but that way that they feel more secure when they're filling out an application because you're reaching out to them. Make sure your photos are clear and you're using the same filter every single time. When your filters are all over the place and you have no theme, it just kind of feels disorganized. And people, like, when you see other people's pages like that, I feel like a lot of us aren't drawn to look at their page and be like, oh my God, that's like aesthetically pleasing. So one thing that helped me a ton with this was getting this $10 tripod on Amazon. And I can post it in the group I've done before, but it was literally $10. And like, yeah, it's not the most sturdy tripod, but it gives me good angles in my workout videos. I can record calls on it if I want to. In the photos, I can use like the back camera that looks better on our phones instead of just the selfie camera. And the pictures don't come out as pixelated. It's just like a good tool to have. And then for using the same filter, all I did was go to Pinterest and then type in VSCO, 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 and you can go VSCO filters, and it'll show you all different VSCO filters, different ones that maybe like you look and you want like a darker theme for the winter, and then you can change it down the road if in the summer you want brighter colors, whatever it is. But it'll tell you the formula, and once you have that app of VSCO, then I like memorized my pattern. So like every single time I do a photo, I just edit on there and then I'm ready to go and I post it on my page and they all look the same and it just looks so much cleaner and uniform. And if you guys like how I post my style, like I post every morning, I wake up and I post a quote and then I'll post 2 more photos that day and it just looks clean. But you don't have to post a quote. Like you can post a quote randomly or whatever you want, or you keep your quotes on your stories. But that way you have like a plan of what you're posting, not just like sporadic, whatever, spare the moment kind of things. And using that filter is really going to make your page like change so much, because I didn't do that for the longest time because I was like, oh, it's time consuming. But when I found that app, it has changed everything. And my sister, even who works for social media, she's like, Maddie, I've been waiting for you to find one filter you like because it's always different. And then you want to make sure you're posting about all aspects of your life. So it shouldn't just be a sweaty selfie every single day of Transform 20. You're like, oh my God, this new program. Oh my God, this new program. Like maybe wherever you're at, like at school, at work, driving home, or like you're talking about your commute and how you're able to run this side hustle. So maybe one day you can cut down on your commute, or maybe like you have a different job and you're so passionate about that, but you're able to do this as well, or any outside hobbies. Post other things besides just this. Maybe post meal prep on there too with a clear photo that has a good filter on it. But post everything, because you're not just Beachbody. You don't want to smell like a Beachbody coach. Like someone doesn't want to go to your page and be like, oh yeah, they're Beachbody. Because I won't follow people that look like that. That's just not my thing. And so I don't want to be like that. Like, would you follow yourself is the question you want to ask yourself when you see your Instagram page. Would you follow yourself? Because if you're not going to follow yourself, people that you're randomly following every single day, because that's what you should be doing to grow your Instagram, they're not going to want to follow you if you wouldn't ever follow yourself. And then your story should capture your personality. So your story should be goofy, silly, whatever it is, like maybe a few clips of your workout so they know what you do, like products of your life, daily life, whatever you're doing throughout the day, what coaching activities you do, and just try and incorporate a little bit about coaching every single day, because that'll just drop little nuggets and people are like, oh, that's cool that she's a coach. I wonder how I can do that too. And then hashtags. So like on my notes section, I have different hashtags for different types of posts, because you don't want to post, say you're a dog mom and you post a photo of you and your dog and you're like hashtag dog mom, yeah. But if you're posting that same one and you're like foodie on a dog photo, people are going to be like, wait, what? And like Instagram kind of gets weird when you post random hashtags on your photo. So make sure your hashtags relate to what you're posting about, and try and get 30 hashtags. So like it took me a little while, but I have like 5 different sets of hashtag and they all have 30 because I'm using the maximum to get followers. And then following people every day is not as hard as it seems, because what you do is like go to local food bars or local acai bowl places or smoothie places or local boutiques that you love to shop at, and look at who likes the photos on there. Not the followers necessarily, but who likes like what the photos they like, because most of the time you can find out if they're your tribe and they're going to love on those pages. They might love on my page, and that's what you want, is more engagement in your own page. So going through that way is a simple way to like follow people super quickly. And then if Instagram's like no more following people, then you just don't have to. But the more you follow, the more you're going to follow back. If you're only following 5 people, you might get 1 follower back. But say you follow 70 people and it takes you 5 minutes and you get 20 followers back, that's such a big jump compared to just one person. So really think about how intentional you're being with growing your Instagram. And if you ever have any questions, please ask. But I have another call to action besides just the Success Club partnered one. I want you guys to take a screenshot of like your profile when you click on it. Just take a screenshot of it, and then we're going to post it on the Facebook page, and then we can give each other feedback and things that could help you, or different apps to use, or whatever it is, to make your Instagram look better and even just like attract more people. Because even like I asked other people, like, please give me feedback, because I love feedback, because I always want to be improving and always learning and growing where I'm at. And last but not least, oh my God, I will be your biggest cheerleader to the world, like to the end of eternity, and I will be there for you absolutely every single day. Your biggest hype woman, whatever it is. But you have to breathe belief into yourself. You have to believe that you can do this, because I could tell you all day long, but if you still have that slightest doubt, at the end of the day, you probably won't be able to reach your fullest potential. So believe that you can go all in and help people and earn free trips, and it's going to happen. But just believe all that you can. All right. That is all I have for this team call. I hope I didn't. Oh my God, I only have 2 minutes left. Sorry, I probably kind of talked a lot. Oopsies. But I just had a lot to cover. I hope you guys took some good notes, but perfect. Okay, now I can see your chat because it didn't show up before. So good. Those are all really good numbers for different, how many people you're inviting, but try and double it this week, just to try and do something different, because that launch is coming out. And launches are huge, huge volume pushes in our businesses. Do you guys have any questions? You can unmute yourself or put them in the chat, and I can answer them. We have like 2 minutes left. But I'm going to take a photo really quick. Everyone smile. Yay. But thank you guys so much for hopping on. If you guys have any other questions, like you can always message me privately. And that like 3 before me rule, like I'm not going to be super strict on it. If you're like asking me a question, I'm not going to be like, oh, did you ask 3 people? But really try and like think of other ways. Like we have like Beachbody FAQs, which have everything. If you Google Beachbody and type in your question, it'll come up with the FAQ and it'll tell you the answer. Even if you ask Google, that'll have other answers, or YouTube or whatever it is, but you can find so many answers. besides if I'm not replying, or to broaden your learning. All right. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Thank you so much. See you later. Bye.